Hello everyone, let's solve the Leetcode question contains duplicate. Given an integer array nums, return true if the value appears at least twice and return false if the every element is a distinct element. So basically it's telling that we should just return false if there are all unique numbers and if we contain any duplicates in the sense like at least twice, then we should return true. This question is mostly self-explanatory, nothing to explain much. Let's see with an example and let's get into the coding part. So for this example, if you see the first example, we have the nums with index 0, 1 and the last index of the nums is also 1. Since we are having the duplicates, we are returning it as true. And if there are no duplicates and if every element is unique, then we just return false. So let's see the approach which we come. For usually this, I use sets because set is a kind of implementation just like a hash set where you will be having all unique elements. Like if you just put every element, you just traverse through every element, and if you find out add in this, at last by completing all the elements, you will be having set as 1 2 3, and we won't be getting 1 again since set is only of unique elements. So in this way we will be having unique elements at last, and we can just calculate the length of them and we can just return if the length of set is not equal to the length of nums. You can just simply return this. It's like one line Python code. We also have the other approach just by appending the values rather than using this length. There is another approach that is also easy part. Let's get into the coding and let's see how does we code this. If you see the first approach which I told, like using sets, it's a very simple, like returning the length values. Let's do it at the last. Now first let's go with the implementation part of the other one which I have told. Let's name that hash set as n, and now if you just traverse through the values, if for I in nums, basically we are going to traverse every element in an array. So for I in nums, if I is already in that set, we just simply return true, and if not, then add the element to that hash set, and if nothing happens at last, we'll be returning false. So let's check this code. So it got passed. And one more, let's see the simple code which I have already told you. It got passed. So let's see the other approach. Other approach is very much easy in terms of Python because we just have this this method len in Python, so it's very easy for us. So len of nums is not equal to the len of set of nums. So let's try this. Because this length of it's not equal, obviously we will be not having the unique elements, so it returns true if it's there. So this is also got accepted, so both of them are efficient. Let's see the time complexity. Let's talk about the time complexity and space complexity. Here we are using a hash set, which obviously take O of n space. So the space complexity will be there, and the time complexity, since we are traversing to every element and getting the values and appending them into the hash set, So obviously we need to traverse the whole num, where n is the number of elements in that array num. So in this way, this is the time complexity and space complexity. Thank you, and meet you in another program.